Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Briteside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and an outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while.
Yeah, there we go. I pulled a Kelly Duvall. So we went muted for a minute. We'll welcome it now. You can't say it again.
Stay hot.
But Eagle Baseball wins it over Lhasa, 2 11-run victories in the 5 innings. One a little odd due to multiple weather delays, but a good win for Georgetown to win the bi-district championship and now move on to the area.
Yep. We were able to go out and be able to execute offensively the things we want to do, be able to allow the baseball to travel and hit it the other way, ultimately being able to stick with our plan the entire time, keeping the ball out of the air, hitting it low and hard, able to execute the things we wanted to on the bases and be able to get guys to the next bag and be able to run a little bit. And then we got 2 stellar performances, or 3 rather. You got Hagen Tate that does a great job through the second rain delay. Zeke Hernandez comes in and blows their doors off. With the stuff that he's had, it felt really great. And then game 2, you give the ball to David Fluid on Saturday after we got to sit and enjoy the weather on Friday evening. And then rolled it out on Saturday and was able to get it done again.
You go into something like that and you need to handle business. You do what's expected. How do you keep that and the focus there that the kids did what they had to do in a series that you're expected to win? Lhasa comes in under 500 on the season. They made the playoffs. They went on a 9-game winning streak.
Right.
But they came in obviously undermanned compared to a Georgetown team. How do you keep that from letting the boys get that too much to your head? Hey, look at that. We run-rolled them. Hey, the expectation was to win, and they won.
Yeah, no, the conversation was very simple, and it's the same question or the same conversation we have on a regular basis is, when the game's over, right, enjoy that for that evening, but the sun's going to come up again. It's a brand new day, and what happened yesterday has no effect on today. What happened last week has no effect on this week. And, once you get in the playoffs, it's survive and advance. It's make it to the next one. It's make it past this one and keep on going. And so we had a really good week of practice this week. The guys were full of energy, overcame a little adversity with the weather on Monday, able to still get some stuff in, able to have a great day yesterday, and able to get after it again today.
We, as we talked about it before the show started, no weather stuff. But as we ended the show last week learning on our weather education hour about outflow boundaries and whatever that meant, weather played a factor the next night on Tuesday night. How key was it to be able to keep the guys focused in those 2 delays? One, You have to make the decision to go away from Hagen after the second delay. You don't want to keep going back to the arm, warming it up to go out and perform. So Zeke comes in and blows the doors off of the Raptors. How key is that, and how hard was that to keep them focused in those breaks, knowing, hey, we could be here for a while. We can't start an inning after midnight, but we need to get this game done.
The best part about this group is that they find ways to stay loose. And, they're a group that the more fun that they're having, the looser that they're playing, the more that they're enjoying each other's company, the better the result ends up being. We talked about a couple weeks ago with Pflugerville on that Tuesday rain delay where the guys went in and they started watching educational videos on how to hit. Man, they were watching Kent Murphy YouTube videos. and being silly about it. And it just took all the pressure off, took all the edge off. So when we got in the rain delay situation again on Thursday night, look in the locker room where our guys are hanging out inside and they're joking around and enjoying it and laughing and having a good time. And, you know, the number one thing for us as a staff is, like, man, like when those guys are feeling good, like let them keep feeling good. Don't try and get in the way and don't try and assert what you need done, man. If the job's getting done that needs to get done in the way that it needs to happen, man, let them have it. Let them have fun. And, you know, so when we entered that rain delay again on Saturday, and just shut up and get out of the way.
So I don't know if you want to move on, but moving on, we've got who do you have coming up, and what are we looking forward to the next few days?
Yeah, so we got Houston Waltrip this weekend. Quality club, got a couple of quality arms. They have some hitters in the middle of the lineup that are able to do some damage at times. Ultimately, you know, they're a competitive ball club. I mean, they got a pretty quality winning record. I believe they only have like 7 losses on the season. So they've been competitive and they've won a lot of baseball games. I mean, they battled it out to get in out of their district. You know, pitching wise, we'll see 2 right-handed arms as starters. Both of them are kind of fastball slider guys. One of them's got a feel for a changeup, and so I mean we'll be able to have our hands full with that. But you know it's going to come back down to on the offensive side for us at least is are we going to be able to keep the ball in the air and get away on first base? If we're able to get on first base, we know that we have a number of tools and a number of tactics that we like to be able to use to be able to apply pressure where needed. You know, one of our things that we like to do is apply pressure until it breaks. And so we'll see what happens. Ultimately, if our guys stay disciplined and our guys stay on time when it comes to the stride and the offensive production, I think we got a pretty good opportunity.
You look in District 23, though, and District 21 that they represent, you take 2 scenarios out of it. Georgetown comes out of District 23, 3 teams move on.
Yep.
Only Eastview fell to Anderson in the by-district. Out of District 21, only Houston Waltrip carried through. The rest of their district eliminated in the by-district round. Does that put pressure on them to perform for that? And how does that I mean, it looks good for our district, but what is the challenge there for Houston Waltrip as they represent out of Houston ISD to try to make some noise?
Yeah, you know, I don't know if it applies any pressure to those guys. You know, I'm not gonna speak for Coach Burris over there and what he's got going and how they're feeling. I mean, ultimately, I mean, once you get out of the district, it's kind of every man for himself and go get after it. And I mean, we'll take care of our own, right? Like, I'm not going to sell out anybody from our district and give information on those guys. But you know, I think that for us, I mean, we can sit and we can talk about those guys and what they have going on. And you know, I think that it's impressive that they're the only team out of their district to continue. I think that says a lot about them. But the other thing too is, I mean, that I don't want to take away credit from the teams that they continue to advance. You know, I think this weekend, as long as we're able to execute pitches, be able to compete in the strike zone on the mound, defensively we're able to play clean catch play, pick it up, throw it to first base the way that we need to, and do those kinds of things. I think that we got a pretty good opportunity to have success this weekend. Before
the show, Wally was saying it's kind of an unknown, so that may be a lot of fun too. Is, hey, there's a team. We don't know much about them. And let's see how much fun we can have here.
Yeah, so we were able to find a little bit of information. You know, we were able to call some guys we know and be able to pick up a little bit of stuff here and there. Able to find a little bit of video to kind of have an idea about what they do. And then social media has been an incredible tool to be able to go find certain things and pick certain things out. But, you know, I think that, I mean, we don't have 3, 4, 5 games. We don't have like a full schedule about what they do and how they do it. But I think we got a fairly good idea about what it is, and the opportunity to be able to just kind of have a fresh face, like you're saying, is an interesting one.
And now with where y'all are on the field as coaches, that changes, and it probably helps with an unknown team.
Yeah.
You're in the dugout. Everybody's got their responsibilities, and you've got maybe a better set of eyes on everything because you don't quite know till you figure them out. What's going on? You know,
it definitely makes you rely back on one thing that we talk about a ton, right, is it makes us go back and rely upon, like, what does Georgetown baseball do? And if we worry about what we do and how we do things, then that kind of takes care of the rest of what everybody else is doing and allows us to put the focus back on us and how we contribute.
And that's maybe this is right where it goes back to what you like to tell these boys. We're playing the game of baseball.
Yeah.
We're not playing the Waltrip Rams.
Yeah.
And when you have the unknowns, the not the full set of info on a team that we're playing. It's a game of baseball, and we go out and play that game and do our thing. It's more about what we do to control.
100%.
So it'll be fun to watch. It's tomorrow, 5 p.m. at Waller High School. All 3 games. And some people ask, I came in the locker this morning, I was like, what kind of coin flip did we lose to drive to Waller? But at this point in the season, it's about finding places to play.
We won the flips.
And talk about that. Didn't
even have to flip.
and how fields are found and what goes into that and how we end up now we're going to play all 3 games at Waller High School against the Waltrip Rams.
There's a Buc-ee's right there. I mean,
how could you not want to play next to a Buc-ee's? Give me a break.
There's a Buc-ee's in Temple.
It comes back to, trying to find the best quality facility that we can be able to host a game at. And then, when we're dealing with playoff negotiations, we've talked about it before, but you got to agree on everything from site to umpires to the baseball that you use to game times and BP times and literally almost anything that you can think of, all the way down to ticket prices, are things that we have to negotiate out and make sure that the contract's there on. So there's very few things that aren't discussed and worked through on that deal. Ultimately, the conversation broke down to wanting to play 2 games on Thursday or Friday and 1 game on Friday or Saturday, depending on how you looked at it. And I wasn't super interested in that. And so ultimately we were able to come to an agreement that we'd play Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Conceded the extra couple of miles to be able to give him a little less drive because they were worried about traveling a lot. And our guys are great about being up early with a little sleep and being able to overcome that, regardless of the energy drink addiction that provides. But, our guys do a great job of being able to handle that kind of bounce back. And they're totally okay with traveling. That's why we play the tournament schedule that we do, being able to travel, get off the bus, get up and play. It's something that we talk about of what that's going to look like heading into the playoffs. And, it's just one of those things where we were able to seed that little bit in order to be able to have the 3-game set that we were hoping for.
And the only staple that you were adamant about was not Mumford.
Not Mumford.
And we're not in Mumford. So it'll be tomorrow night, 5 p.m. is the first pitch time. Georgetown, the visitors in game number 1. And then on Friday night at 7 p.m. at Waller High School, Georgetown will be the home team in game number 2. And if necessary, Saturday, 1 p.m. back at Waller High School. And that'll be the coin flip to figure out who's home and visitor on game number 3 if it comes to that. And so head out to Waller tomorrow. The team will be leaving middle of the day and heading out on their comfy yellow dog. No, I'm just joking. The nice bus tomorrow. But come and join us there at Waller High School. If you can't, we'll be live. We'll have the call on the NFHS Network tomorrow at 5 and Friday at 7. And so join us. But join us in Waller. It's a beautiful complex there at Waller High School. Come out and join on an all-turf field there as we take on the Waltrip Rams in the area round of the UIL baseball playoffs. But congratulations to this Georgetown Eagle baseball team. Not only district champions, but now by-district champions as they move into the area round. We've got 3 of our varsity players to talk to tonight, and we'll start with the only underclassman as we will start after this break with number 20. It'll be Zeke Hernandez joining us first here on the Coaches Show once he gets done eating. So we'll take a quick time out, and we'll come back with Zeke Hernandez live here at Camp Briteside. Stay with us.
Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Briteside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and an outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while.
Back here live, Camp Briteside at the Eagle Nation Coaches Show, joined now by number 20 on the varsity. His name is, technically it's Ezekiel Hernandez, but we go by Zeke. Is that all right? We go with Zeke?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll stick with Zeke. I got to move it in a little closer. They want to hear you. Hey, shirt's down tonight. Nothing crazy over here out of the AC. Cooper's ready to get somebody back. But we're joined now, Zeke Hernandez. First time we get to talk to him this year, but I tell you what a performance for anybody that wasn't there on Thursday night and did not watch the game on NFHS. When Coach says Zeke came in and blew the doors off the Raptors, he means Zeke came in and blew the doors off of the Lawson Raptors. 9 batters faced. This stat line is fun to when it was happening, it was unbelievable. Came in and pitched 3 innings. Just so you know. Cool. 3 innings pitched. He faced the minimum 9 batters. Of the 9 batters, struck out 7 of them. The other 2 had soft ground balls for outs. It was nothing major, no major contact. Threw 35 pitches, 28 of them strikes. But pretty good strikeout to batter face ratio of 7-9 in that relief performance to close out the game. Parents talking up in the stands from LASA about the what they just witnessed and the bats that went swinging past a lot of the fastballs they could not catch up to. How much fun was that on a Tuesday night? You come out of this second weather delay. It's time to go to work, and you come out and put on that show.
It was really fun. I mean, I just went out there and tried to focus, and good things happened.
As this season's gone on, at times you come in at certain games in relief, but this performance was like none other. Maybe one of it has to be the best relief performance we've seen all year for a 3-inning set where you came out of any of the relief performances from anyone on the team and just dominated a team that you faced off against. In that delay, when they tell you, hey, you're going to start back up on the mound, what's going through your mind, knowing where we were at that point going into that 3rd inning?
I mean, we just got Chick-fil-A, so I was feeling pretty good. I just wanted to pitch, have fun.
Coach Brandstetter, or Principal Brandstetter came back into the stands. Everyone's like, where did you get that? And he had some leftovers of what you guys – what's going through you guys as a team? We talked to Coach about it during a break like that. Y'all are in this game. It's the playoffs. It's win and continue, or you lose and go home. What's going through y'all's mind in the locker room as y'all are waiting out this weather delay to stay focused and loose, but yet be ready to go once they say it's time to go back to work?
Yeah, we all just, we try our best to visualize and just, see it first in our heads before we actually do it on the field.
It's first year on varsity.
Yes, sir.
How much fun have you had on this in your junior season there, wearing the G logo at the varsity level and competing with this team?
A lot of fun. It's been a great year.
How much of it have you grown compared to, and what has been the big difference for you from JV up to varsity?
I mean, the biggest jump, I guess, is just it's a lot more competitive, definitely.
How fast is your junior year going for you?
Really fast. This year flew by.
How much are you now as the season continues to crawl? Graduation in a couple of weeks for the senior class. How much are you looking forward to your senior year and being one of the leaders on this team and taking what you've done and worked on this year as a junior and under the senior class to be one of the leaders next year?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. The sophomore class right now, they're great guys, so I'd love to play with them.
Outside of baseball, any other sports you play?
No.
Just baseball. Do you play during the summer?
Yes, sir.
Who do you play with?
Right now, Texas 12.
Texas 12. Where do y'all anchored out of? Bryan College Station?
College Station,
Isn't that
yeah.
right? College Station area. Texas 12. So what's the number? What do you wear for Texas 12? And you wore 20 this year. Is that just that's what's available and you had to wear it, or?
Yeah, that was available.
So what's the senior number going to be?
Senior? I got to fight for it. I want 10, but so does BK.
Uh-oh.
He's not going to let me have it.
It'll be arm wrestling and leg wrestling in the dugout. Outside of baseball, as soon as baseball ends here, you go to the summer and start working more. If you have some time off, where do we find you recharging? What do you like to do to kind of relax and recharge?
Just hanging out with friends or just staying at home watching TV. It's just chill.
Any video games? Girlfriend? Any video games?
Not really so much. I haven't played that much.
Favorite class in school this year? What's your favorite subject you've taken?
Peer buddies.
Peer buddies. Well, now, talk to us about peer buddies. No one's ever said that. What is peer buddies and what is that?
We kind of just work with the kids with autism or whatever condition they have, and just kind of like help them, get lunch for them, and just kind of like talk to them and just work with them.
Very cool. Saturdays in the games, the Challenger games you guys have, seems to be a big part in the smiles that go on Saturdays. How much fun has that been being on the field this year on the varsity, you guys working with them one-on-one and working with them each Saturday morning? How much fun is that? What is that? What kind of a charge does that bring to you guys?
It's great. It like wakes us up in the morning, and we get to see the smiles of all the kids, and it's just a great feeling.
You ready for some rapid fire? All right, 5 questions, couple of seconds at the most. Got to get back to yours. Because it's your first time, I got to get the varsity one. Favorite cereal?
Ooh, Reese's Puffs.
Ooh, good answer. Mountains or the beach?
Beach.
Favorite home-cooked meal?
Spaghetti.
Fair enough. Socks with sandals? That's
No.
a yes. He's wearing Crocs with socks. He's socking and crocking right here.
I wouldn't call these sandals.
Okay.
I mean,
And they're not in four-wheel mode right now, so they're good. Not in sport mode. Favorite musician or band? Or genre of music?
I like R&B. I listen to a lot of R&B.
Wow. I like it. I like it. Any shout-outs before I let you go?
My mom and my dad. And just the whole baseball team.
It's number 20. It's Zeke Hernandez, one of your players of the week here at the Bi-District Round for your Georgetown Eagles. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back. We'll go with number 4. We'll go with Tate Ritchie next, live here on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. Stay with us. Back here live, Eagle Nation Coaches Show at Camp Briteside. Special thanks to Camp Briteside and the staff for making this possible each and every week. So we appreciate you guys. Now joined by number 4, one of the seniors. It's Tate Ritchie joining us. And Tate, a fun series for you guys. 2 run rule wins. You don't have to go to a game 3, and a lot of good hitting for this team. You in particular, one of those. 3 for 6, 500 average, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored, a walk. 571 on base, 572 on base percentage. This lineup did some shifting about maybe in the last 3 or 4 weeks, and it seems like productivity has started to move around this lineup from the top to the middle to the bottom. A lot of run support from the bottom, a lot of run support in the top, even in the middle when you go to the middle of that lineup with Grooves and Fluid. How much fun is that? And now moving from at one point in the lineup, you were that staple down at 7, 8, 9 with Cooper and other players. And now at the 2 slot, right behind Connor Young, who likes to get on base, likes to battle at the top of the lineup. How much fun are you having in that 2 slot? And how much fun in a series like this, getting to come up almost every inning in one of the games that you guys are batting constantly every time the Eagles come up to bat?
It was really fun. A couple months ago, V came up to me. He's like, hey, we're going to move you up in a 2 spot. Nothing's changed. You're going to still get on base, still do your thing. And me, Cooper Thomas, and Braden Curtin always had a saying. It's like, when top of the lineup doesn't score, it's bottom lineups night, you know? It's our night to come score. So when they got moved up to the top of the lineup, it just stuff clicked for all of us. Top of the lineup started scoring more. Bottom of the lineup started scoring more, getting on base, and everything just clicked, and we started playing some good baseball. So.
When major changes come like that for the lineup, when the coaches start to pull some strings and try to make some adjustments to get that hitting game going back offensive-wise, what's going through the minds and the conversations as a team? Is it confusion? Is it, hey, buy in, coaches are trusting us, let's make it work? What goes through that in your head and all of you guys as you go into those new slots when you talk about going from the bottom part of the lineup to the top part of the lineup? Connor Young moves to the top with you. in making those changes, it seems to flow out. How did that work for you guys as y'all take in the information and go to work?
It was mostly just like, hey, let the coaches know what we need to do. You know, we had that first game where everyone got moved, and we just started banging. We started doing good, and we all realized, hey, maybe this is what we need to get the spark going for the team. And after that, it was over with. Coaches know what we can do, and they know the best 9 to put out there and who's the best.
We go to one point after we had talked to you. You ended up laying down this 2-strike count bunt. Get on base, I believe it was against Pflugerville? Weiss. Lay down and a lot of teams don't expect teams to batters to hit with a bunt with 2 strikes. Is that a call that you make, that you have the opportunity to make that decision to lay down a bunt? Is it a sign given from the coaches? How much freedom do you guys get in that? And in that situation, what's going through your mind to lay down that bunt and what it created for this team?
After game 1, V said a lot of bunts were not getting down that night, and he said, all right, guys, you're either going to get your bunts down or I'm going to give it to you the third time, and you either foul it off and you're out or you're going to strike out either way. You know, it's one of those things. And that night I wasn't having my best night, and the situation came down to where I was going to have to bunt. I didn't get down my first 2, and he gave me it again, and it was just something that clicked, like, hey, you got to get this down for your team. And I did, and it was productive.
Several of you guys on this team seem to bunt very well and like that challenge, and then have the speed on top of it to make it difficult to get you out or beat them out for a lot of infield bunt hits. How much do you enjoy that? And you eager to look for that bunt sign to come, or is it you never know when that's going to come for you at the plate?
A lot of it's just like V's trusting us. He's always told us, hey, for like me, Holly, Coop, a lot of the speedier guys, if that third baseman's playing back, he's giving you a free hit. He said bunting's going to give you 100 on your average. I mean, if you just let it happen. And we realized middle of the season, like, hey, if we get runners on, we're going to be a good team. We're going to win. So I think just implementing the bunt is just a big part of our game because it's just a free hit every time, and it moves runners, and it gets defenses off their toes and not knowing what to do in that situation. So it really helps us out a lot.
How do y'all practice the bunt? Is it in the batting cages? Is it out on the field? Is it a combination?
So sometimes in the batting cages, we do this thing 50 and 10. So it's 25 on one side, 25 on the other. And if we don't get it in 10 minutes, we don't hit BP for that day. So that's where we get our most of the work in. It's really good for us. We usually always get it. I think our best time is like probably 6 minutes, 5 minutes. So we get pretty good at it.
Is it something that the coaches want everyone to have that ability and that skill? Because at any point to lay down a bunt, to move runners, to get them in scoring position has to be an asset to this team, to one, because once runners get on, Georgetown loves to play the pressure game and put that pressure on. Is it top of the lineup to the bottom of the lineup? Everyone's got to be ready to lay down one?
Yeah, it's everybody. I think we saw that last year with Luke Hawley against Eastview, him putting that bunt down to win us the game, really. So it's really everyone in the lineup needs to be able to put a bunt down and put it where they want it to be, Stuff like that, the little things win games at the end of the day.
You get that 2-strike bunt call. What's going through your head that moment, and what confidence builds up into you, too? Hey, it's time to go to work and do your job.
Yeah, it's just him giving me that bunt call just shows that he trusts me and trusts that I'm going to do the right thing for the team. That's what they kind of put in our mind. It's not about us this year. It's about the team, and I think that's really showing. A lot of us, he gives us signs that maybe we're not comfortable with or we don't think we can do, but at the end of the day, you get up on the plate, you choke up, and you do your job for your team because that's all that matters at the end of the day.
We talked to you earlier this season, now after the bi-district round. The fun level still there in your senior year as you get ready for area round tomorrow night?
Oh, yeah, it's great. It really gets magnified when you're coming down to your last games. You don't know. It's not guaranteed if you're going to play next week or not, but, if we just trust the process and go day by day, it's really fun.
How do you keep yourself calm going into the area round, the last time you'll be in the area round playoffs in your high school career?
It doesn't matter to me. I just want to go have fun. No matter if I do good, if I don't do good, it's if we win and we're having fun, that's all that matters to me at the end.
All right, 5 different. I had to get creative for you and David tonight, so here we go. Indoors or outdoors?
Outdoors.
Favorite restaurant?
Probably Chick-fil-A.
Dinner with 3 other people, dead or alive. Who are you inviting?
Oh, dang. That's hard.
3 professional athletes. Who are you inviting?
Probably Mike Trout.
Ooh, good choice.
Tom Brady, and probably Michael Jordan.
Fair
the
enough.
greats.
Yeah, that's very what. Truck or sports car?
Truck.
Whataburger or In-N-Out?
Whoa, In-N-Out.
Wow.
What?
I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
I had to put it in there and see what he said.
You grew up in Georgetown, right?
I know. In-N-Out's good, though. It's cheap.
Okay.
Monster style or regular?
Regular.
Okay. Any shout-outs before I let you get out?
My brothers were mad last time. Shout out my brothers. Shout out my niece and nephews. Shout out Chance, Luke, and Hayden, and Cooper Thomas.
It's the Georgetown Eagles. Number 4, Tate Ritchie. We'll take a quick time out. When we come back, it's David Fluitt joins us next on the Eagle Nation Coaching Show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I want that batter in the box, and I'm ready to go as soon as he's ready.
They try to slow you down. You sit there ready to go. You already have your sign from Connor Young. Does that mess with you at all, or you just, as soon as you get that go sign from the umpire, hey, you better be ready, I'm coming at you?
Yeah, for sure. I'm always ready for it.
Hitting-wise, if you talk about it in this this series with Lassa, 5 guys in this lineup for this team with at least 6 plate appearances hit above 400. You hit 667, 2 for 3 officially with 4 walks, with an RBI and 2 runs scored. In that, as you're going through a series like that, you're seeing the ball well when you get pitches to see. How frustrating does it get when it seems like they keep walking you?
Yeah, I really want to go up there and hit, and I'm looking for a fastball in the strike zone, and I just didn't get very many of them, which was a little bit frustrating, but being able to get walks and get on first base is really the main goal for me.
When you're on the mound and you know your team's hitting like we did in that series against Lassa, 5 guys batting over 400 in the lineup, multiple extra base hits, creating havoc on the base pass. How much does that allow you to settle in even more on the mound, knowing that offense is going to be right there, pick you up every time y'all go back in?
Yeah, it helps a ton. Gives me a ton of confidence to go up there and pound the strike zone, knowing that even though I get a few runs, it's not really going to affect us very much.
You talked about that's one thing as I noticed the four walks. We talked about, and you said your favorite part of playing right now is getting up to bat and barreling the ball up on the season, hitting over 400 to lead this team. How do you stay focused and not get frustrated when they seem to be walking and not giving you many strikes to swing at?
Just keeping the same approach, waiting for a ball in the zone that I know I can do damage with, not trying to swing at pitches out of the zone, just staying with my normal routine.
As you guys go to area tomorrow, this senior class, as you in these final series, the last time to experience the bi-district round, you're champions. Now to go to the area round. How do you guys lead, and what are you leaving this the juniors and sophomores behind you guys as y'all make this final playoff run for yourselves as seniors?
We're just trying to give a good example and show them be confident and just play the best that we can, keep this thing rolling.
How ready are y'all for tomorrow to get on the road and go play?
We're real excited to play. We can't wait to get on that bus and get over there.
At 5 p.m., they'll play the Waltrip Rams at Waller High School. I almost said Wagner. All right. 5 different ones. A couple of the same. We'll go with the first one to get it out of the way, the hard one. Dinner with any 3 people. We'll go with sports people. Who do you invite to dinner?
Nolan Ryan. Gosh, I don't know. Probably Mike Trout. I don't know. This is a hard one. Corey Seager.
Fair enough. That's a good pick. Jeans or shorts?
Jeans.
Because you're an outdoorsman. Yeah,
Yep.
that's fair. Favorite place to fish?
Port O'Connor, for sure.
Dream job?
I don't know. Probably game warden.
Ooh, good choice. Biggest fear?
Either heights or spiders.
That's fair enough. Yeah, a lot of us would take both of them. It's number 12, David Fluitt, one of your seniors here on the Georgetown Eagle baseball team, and a great pitching performance. Shout outs before I let you get out of here.
Shout out Richie, Rogers, Luke, Seagar, and then happy birthday, J-Mo.
Jameson. He's out running around with his buddies tonight. Jameson's 7th birthday, but we're here live at Camp Briteside, the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. We will take one more time out. When we come back, we'll wrap it up with Coach Jordan Vierra. Stay with us. We'll be back at Camp Briteside.
Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Briteside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Briteside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and outdoor stage. Camp Briteside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Briteside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Briteside and stay a while.
There it is. We'll figure it out. We're back live here at Camp Briteside to wrap things up as Mike brings out the birthday cake for Mr. Jameson Vierra, turning 7 years old today. Happy birthday, Jameson. J-Mo. He's all excited getting all the prices. Uh-oh, here he comes. Here he comes.
Come here, dude. Come here, hurry up.
Here he comes. He helped me get it all set up tonight, so I know it's
That's what I'm
working.
talking about. Come here, dude. Are you going to take Mr. England's spot?
Thank you.
Happy birthday, man.
Thank you.
I heard you just got a gift. What in the world? What'd you get?
It was a Star Wars ship.
Very cool.
Who gave it to you?
The baseball boys.
How cool, man.
Wow. It's pretty cool. The baseball boys come together, get you some Legos.
Mm-hmm.
Is Legos the favorite thing right now?
Yes. I used some Legos to build a really cool tower.
Very cool. Are Legos fun to step on barefooted?
No.
No. So don't leave those laying around. What's up, Miss Mercer? How are you? But 7 years old, do you feel older today?
No, but I do feel taller.
A little bit taller. That's good. So, it's amazing. Growing like a weed now.
Yes, it is.
It's awesome. I love it. Coach, as we go to the area round, these boys seem to be at playing at such a good level right now.
Yeah.
The changes that were made mid-season, kind of later in the season, the batting lineup. How big is that in a series? Talking to David about that. Five batters in the lineup that at least had 6 plate appearances, batting over 400 in a series like that, seeing the ball well, lots of runs driven in, 22 runs scored, none given up. How big is that, and how do you try to ride that wave into this round?
It's one of those things where when things are working well, you typically just try and shut up and get out of the way. We tinkered with the lineup early through the tournaments, through the first part of district. Ran into a bit of a skid, started having conversations in the office about what we were doing, what we need to be doing, how we need to change some things up, reevaluated some numbers a little bit, and then started kind of changing some things. And so had some conversation with some guys about, hey, here's why we're trying to move things around. Here's the purpose. Here's what we're trying to do. Here's how we're trying to accomplish those things. Ultimately the guys really bought into it to be able to get those guys to do their job. Ultimately what we're trying to do is trying to set a lineup to be able to create those guys the opportunities to be able to really feed their strengths of how they go about doing it.
To the Georgetown Eagle Baseball Booster Club and to the 16 Mile Angels. What a great season it's been, the fundraising. And I got to give a shout-out as he stands right there, Jeff Rogers, and all the tailgates that have gone on at the home games. I tell you what, some of the best cooking and eating there that Jeff provides and sets up, and all the sides that come out. It's such a fun time to sit and talk to parents and just kind of hang out before the games. And so it's fun to see the support around this team and the support behind these boys and what they do and all the effort that they put in. And so make that drive over Waller High School tomorrow night, 5 o'clock. They'll take on the Waltrip Rams out of Houston ISD. I believe they sit at 20-7 on the season. Georgetown sitting at 13-1 on the year. But Georgetown looking to move on. So it'll be a tough series, best of 3, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 5 p.m., 7 p.m., and if necessary, 1 p.m. on Saturday at Waller High School. So come out and enjoy Georgetown Eagle Baseball. Support these kids on the road. If you can't be there, log on to NFHS Network and go to search Georgetown High School out of Texas. Click the link, and it'll be live. We'll bring you each pitch of the series there at Waller, Texas. And so thanks for joining us tonight at Camp Briteside, Mr. Jameson. Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you again.
7 years old. What are your parents going to do with you now?
I don't know. Just raise me as best as they can.
I don't know if Macy heard that, but that was amazing.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
Good luck.
That guy went crazy last night.
Good luck. Good luck on
Yes.
that. Coach, any last thoughts before we sign off for the night?
Big things are, I just want to say thank you to the Boost Club for everything that they do. They continue to show up and support with everything that they do, whether that be the pregame tailgates to get guys involved, to get families involved, to bring everybody together before the game starts. I want to say thank you to the boys for them loving my family the way that they do. I've talked about it before and talked about it a few times, but our coaches, we sacrifice a ton of time away from our families to build into them and what they do. And so for our guys to go out and to acknowledge, hey, Coach
You're
B's
acting
away
like
from.
baseball's your life, man.
I know it's not. You know what my life is? My dude and my girl and my wife. That's the life, right? And for them
Well, you
to
missed my point.
and for the boys to recognize that and to love my family the way that they do, I just want to say thank you to them. Can't tell them thank you enough for what that means to me. They told me this morning at weights that they were going to give me they were going to give Jameson a gift today, and that they had all kind of chipped in to be a part of that, and trying not to cry in a weight room is like a very daunting task. But we live in a very special place. We have a very special community around us, and what Georgetown baseball means to me and my family, I can't describe.
And don't forget, if you have nothing to do on Mother's Day, 5 o'clock, Georgetown Community Center, come out and celebrate these young men and all of their work through the season. It is the Eagle Baseball banquet on Sunday at 5 p.m.
Sure.
Correct? Yeah. Georgetown Community Center. So come out and enjoy it. The mom signed off on it, so it will happen on Sunday. And so a lot of action.
I'll be right back.
A lot of activity this weekend for Georgetown Eagle Baseball. Tomorrow, 5 p.m. at Waller High School, the visitors against the Waltrip Rams. Friday at 7 p.m. at Waller High School, the home team against the Waltrip Rams in Game 2. And if necessary, Saturday on the road at Waller High School at 1 p.m. But Sunday at 5 p.m., the Eagle Baseball banquet to celebrate the freshman JV and varsity teams of Georgetown this year. So thanks for being here tonight to Camp Briteside. We thank you so much for hosting us each and every week, for feeding these boys, taking care of them, and giving us a beautiful space to be here and talk Eagle baseball. But to Coach Vierra, to Coach Payne, to Tate, to Zeke, and to David, thanks for joining us tonight. And we look forward to next week after an area round win. Doppler Dave. Any weather updates for this week? Sunny and no rain. No outflow boundaries to worry about, folks. It should be sunny and bright. And if you don't know what that is, we don't either. Good luck. Look it up. Google that. So.
It's cake time.
It's cake time. Thanks for joining us live here at Camp Briteside.
Okay, we're good.
Thanks for joining us live here on the SHN Sports Network. Until next time, go enjoy some Eagle baseball. What is that? Be loud, wear something.
Show up, be loud, wear blue.
That's why I muted his mic. It's good. It's all
Who
right.
put the kid on front of the mic?
Thanks for joining us live from Camp Briteside. To the management staff, thank you for hosting us each and every night. For everybody else, remember, it doesn't cost you a dime to be kind. Have a good night, everybody.